Welcome to my 1980 Ford Fiesta video. This car is currently available for sale in Baltimore, Maryland. It has right around almost precisely 100,000 miles, 4-speed manual transmission. It was Z-Bart treated at the dealership when new. It has virtually no rust underneath the car, floor pans, or chassis, including the rocker panels. Very, very solid car. A little bit of rust around the passenger side headlight, which we'll detail in the video. If you'd like to discuss this car with me, please feel free to email me. My email address is Aaron, A-A-R-O-N, at Meisner, M-E-I-S-N-E-R.net, Aaron at Meisner.net, and I look forward to sharing more with you about this cool car. Here's the interior of our 1980 Ford Fiesta. The dash was covered with a bright yellow fur dash pad, which we have sort of gotten started on removing, but there's some vestiges of that pad. You can see that there's really not a lot of drama in here except for this lovely custom duct tape upholstery repair. That would be something that one would want to address, obviously, but it's a plain brown vinyl, very easy to source, and it's not a complex pattern to replicate. I've done this myself in other cars. It's a very gratifying project. You'll note it is showing all of 110 miles on the odometer, so just right at 100,000 miles. Door cards are in great shape, passenger seat is in great shape, back seat is in great shape. Please note that the interior door handle is broken off. That is apparently quite common, and I've been able to find a few of those hunting around on eBay. The other area on this car where you will notice some rust is around the passenger side headlamp. So you can see that this just basically got sandblasted and rusted through, and somebody has tried at some point to paint this with who knows what. Again, I've done nothing to try to mitigate that or in any way disguise it. I think that's pretty straightforward to repair, you know, with a little metalworking talent. Certainly not beyond the capability of most hobbyists with a little bit of sheet metal and a welder. The front air dam also painted. I'm going to assume that it had been just the subject of chip damage and had surface rusted, but quite solid. Okay, what I'd like you to see is an area on the car where there is some rust, but not rust. And I'll tell you what I mean by that. These plastic plugs are all marked with the Z-Bart logo. So as you can see, the car was drilled in numerous places, particularly in the rockers, to prevent it from rusting. However, obviously when you drill a hole in the car, you break the paint. And what happened here was rust got under the break in the paint, and there was some surface rust here. Now, I was concerned about this. I wanted to make sure that it wasn't structural, because it's certainly in the wrong place. So what I did was I just took a wire brush and wire wheel and went over that and took off all of the surface rust. And rather than paint it yellow, I simply shot it with clear. And the reason was to do two things. Number one, prevent it from rusting any further. And number two, allow any potential purchaser to see exactly what was going on there. But you'll notice it's quite solid and very much superficial. So if I were buying this car, I would want that to be disclosed, and there it is. So as you can see, it actually picks up and goes pretty solidly. You know, it's a quick little car. Suspension rumbles and bangs a bit. You know, I'm certain that it's going to need at least a pair of shocks, perhaps a bushing or two, but really goes pretty good, all things considered. I've had a lot of fun driving this thing around. It is pretty much a certifiable hoot to drive. While this car does not have the front bumper installed, it does come with the car, and it's in pretty okay shape. The car does have 4 new tires on it. We've gone through the brakes and replaced some brake lines, sorted out all of the drums to make sure they function properly. The lights pretty much all work. The turn signals are a little funky, but that's easily sortable. The car starts up very easily every time, and is a lot of fun to drive. One thing that people frequently ask about with these cars is the condition of the floors and the underside of the car. As I've mentioned, this car was significantly rust-proofed from the dealer, and here are photographs of the floor pans. So there it is, the Ford Fiesta. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I hope I've given you a good understanding of the pluses and minuses of this particular car. It is an old car. It does have its faults. It's not perfect from a body standpoint, nor is it perfect from a mechanical standpoint, but you can hop in this thing and go out for ice cream, or even commute in the thing on day one. It's been a great pleasure for us to tinker with it. Unfortunately, other projects beckon, and this one has to find a new home. Looking to move it along pretty quickly. It's February of 2024, and I'm looking for just a fair price. I want somebody to walk away from this feeling that they got a fair deal on a fine car. So that's it. Again, you can reach me by email, aaron@meisner.net, and I look forward to talking to you about this thing. Have a great day, and thanks for watching.